Welcome to the first NRRCAA actual YouTube video. I'm making not like a meme or slander video. Today we're going to go over the top 10 closest Cup Series finishes on the day of recording this, August 17th, 2025, which also happens to be the 4th anniversary of the series, which is why I'm making this video. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the top 10 closest Cup Series finishes. First on our list in number 10 is the Season 8 Darlington race with a finish margin of 0.038 of a second, which actually beats out the Season 9 Chicagoland by 1/100th of a second. I thought that one would have made the list, but after calculating the margin, it wouldn't, and Wind would end up winning this race over Luca. Up next on the list in number 9 is the Season 8 Chicagoland race. The margin of this finish would be 0.027 of a second, and the winner of this one would grab his first ever NRRCAA Cup Series career victory, and he has gone on since then to be one of the most successful drivers in the past few seasons. In number 8 is the Season 9 Chicago Street Course race. The margin of this would be 1/100th of a second, or 0.010 of a second. This finish would be rather controversial with a questionable last lap send. This video, the recording quality is really on a phone because it was never really screen recorded, sadly. However, we do have a phone recording, and that's the only one here, so apologies for the quality on this one. Up next on the list is the Season 9 Auto Club race with a margin of 0.008 of a second, which is 8 thousandths of a second. This is the only race on this list with the high speed, low downforce, low draft setups, which were close on the restarts, but they really got spread out, and it usually provided boring racing. However, people are wanting these to come back. I don't see a reason why they should come back, but anyways, that's number 7. Number 6 on this list is the Season 10 Daytona 2 race, with the winning margin of being 0.005 of a second, which is 5 thousandths of a second. It would feature a wide finish, but it was one of the craziest last lap passes off the exit of turn number 4, and Skittle would grab his first NRRCAA Cup Series victory here. In 5th is the Season 8 Pocono race with a winning margin of 0.003 of a second, or 3 thousandths of a second. Cat would end up winning this one over Cal, as you can see right there. This race would take place on Cal's birthday, actually, and he would lose out on his birthday, being the second driver to have a historic loss on his birthday, behind Wind losing the Season 6 Brookhaven GP after a crash with Nick with a few laps left in the race, taking him out. In 4th is the Season 6 Nashville finale, which had a winning margin of 0.003 of a second, or 3 thousandths of a second. I'm not going to get too much into the details and controversies throughout this race, but it was Fishy who ended up taking the win over Box. In 3rd, we have the Season 10 Twin Ring Motegi race, with the winning margin being 0.002 of a second. This race being with the current package that we use on the 1.5 miles, with the high draft, high speed setups, which really require a lot of momentum to go down the straightaways to even get a pass, even with the high draft. This race would be Ford's second victory of Season 10, and Xavier's first career victory in the number 2 car. In second, we have the Season 8 Indianapolis race. This would have a margin of 0.0007 of a second, which is 7/10,000ths of a second. At the time this race was ran in May of 2024, this was the closest finish across any NRRCAA division, and to this day is still one of the closest finishes, and arguably the most iconic finish if you were to ask any active driver / member of the league. An honorable mention on this list is the Season 10 Atlanta race. This race would be won by Cartman and the number 9 after the 3 leaders all got penalized for either forcing or passing below the double yellow line, which is really the red line here on the final lap. The margin was 0.001 of a second, which would have slotted it into number 3. However, this is just a finish that is too close. I wanted to put on here to give it some recognition, even though it wasn't an official margin. Number 1 on this list is the Season 9 Talladega 2 race, which should be the playoff race at Talladega. The margin of this race, it'll take me a bit to say, 0.00000007 of a second. That is 7 zeros if I got that one correct, which I believe I did. Cartman would win this over Box, which would send him to the championship race. The margin, in fact, was so close, it was decided by a singular pixel after AI was used to enhance the image quality after it was zoomed in on multiple angles just to find the winner. The review took about a half hour to get the winner. It might look like the 42 actually got the win, but it was actually the number 9 car that ended up getting the victory here. Thank you for watching today's video. Please like and subscribe. We're so close to 100 subscribers. At the time of recording this, we are at 94 subscribers. And if you have any video suggestions for the future, like best battles, funniest moments, unhinged clips of people saying stuff, please leave a suggestion in the comments. Please share this video as well. I'd like to make this one of the more viewed videos on the channel with actual content. This is also the first one, so I'd like this one to start us off and get into the right direction. Anyways, see you guys until whenever the next video comes out or the next live stream.